All right, guys, I got away from making these videos a little bit, so my apologies. I would say it's not that I'm lazy, but it might be because I'm lazy. I don't know. It's just been a slow summer, not that much to talk about, but I'm going to go into some of the calls in the chat room this morning and just quickly explain them, trying to get new members up to speed for the types of setups we look for. So Donald R., I took a screenshot of his post and blew it up in chat, watching NVAX over 16. This was the opening candle. You'll notice it topped at 1596, came back down. He already liked the daily chart, right? So the thinking is I wanted to break the high of day, but also wanted to get through that whole number 16. Worst case stop's going to go probably right below that trigger candle, so about 20 cents risk. Breaks 16, goes up 89 cents before rolling over. The market kind of got weak, so everything sort of rolled over. Well, most things did. But there's one example I thought that was a great post. Keep your eyes on Donald R. He's an asset to the room. TKNO, I mentioned this over the mic this morning. This was the opening 5-minute candle. Yesterday's high, and these are 5-minute candles, was 199. I'll show you the daily real quick in case you forgot. Right, so it had that big pop yesterday that topped out at 199. So now let's go back to 5-minute candles. And I just thought it was worth a shot over 2. Break yesterday's high, break the whole number. And we got a quick move to 220 and the most volume of the day on that, right? If you're like me, that's a 10% move. I'm scaling out, starts to come back down and hit out the rest even before I got to my entry. Wasn't a killer, right? But it was a decent little trade to start the day. CGC, I mentioned over the mic that it was curling back up near the high of day. The high of day was 785. It was probably about 780 at the time. The idea was basically a high of day break over 785 because I said yesterday's high is just 798. Maybe we test that and break through it, and that happened, right? So entry there, 786, and we got to move over 10 or 15 minutes to 818. Again, day trading, there's money to be made. None of these are huge. And then let me, what else? NAAS, kind of an interesting setup here in that it had this early pop, topped out at 650, came back down and started to curl back up. And Kevin P in chat said, hey, I like this later over 650. Well, if you took the 650 break, you still had a nice trade, but most of us felt like it was too far, too fast to get there, so it felt like chasing. But after it broke, I called the 5s buy zone, which is basically a pullback, right, to the area between the 8 and the 20, and it really mid-5s buy zone right there, somewhere around 620, and you can see what it's doing. It has not stopped out at probably 605, so 15 cents risk, and we're up here at 7, so up 80 cents at the moment, and maybe we get a break back through the high of day. So even if, the lesson here is, even if you miss a breakout, you get a pullback on lower volume, you can bid in that 5s buy zone and still have a decent trade. All right, any questions, hit me up. I'm done babbling.